Welcome to my Days of Our Lives official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Xander and Sarah's nuptials was interrupted at Horton Town Square by Fiona's entrance. When Xander revealed that Fiona was his mother, the audience erupted. She greeted the newlyweds as she made her way down the aisle, saying that Xander had grown up. Xander angrily said that his mother's prolonged absence from him was the reason behind her astonishment at seeing him. Fiona expressed her regret for calling off the ceremony and said that the short notice prevented her from sending out an RSVP. A terrified Theresa made an unsuccessful attempt to divert focus to completing the ceremony. Fiona was first introduced to Victoria by Sarah and Xander, after which Sarah introduced herself to Fiona. Upon discovering the girl's name, Fiona commented that it was appropriate. When Alex identified himself as Victor's son and Maggie identified herself as his widow, Theresa made another attempt to interrupt. Fiona thought Alex was Philip, however, Alex informed her that he had just lately realized he was Victor's son. As Alex told Fiona about finding his true identity in a letter his mother had left, Theresa appeared stunned. To the surprise and ire of the group, Fiona called Alex a liar after hearing Alex's story. Mother insisted that Alex show her the letter even though Xander, who was perplexed, admonished her for making a fuss. After stating that he had the letter and giving it to Fiona, Justin got up. Fiona read the letter to Victor and declared that Fiona alone had written it, ruling out the possibility that Alex's mother had written it. Leo was ecstatic, taking notes furiously and exclaiming, "Now this is a Salem wedding." In response to the objections of the crowd, Fiona revealed that she had an affair with Victor, the brother of her husband, and that the relationship had resulted in a child. Since she had always called her son Alexander, she recognized Xander as the Alexander mentioned in the letter. Questions surfaced regarding who could have faked Angelica's signature as everyone processed the news. Alex turned to Theresa and insisted that she be honest with him. He recalled that the letter was in the briefcase that Theresa had access to. Alex became angry and screamed at Theresa to give her an answer. Eventually, she gave in and admitted that she had altered the letter. Theresa said that she had not wanted to see Xander win everything when an enraged Sarah questioned if she truly hated Xander that much. Theresa stated that Alex was her main motivation even as Alex vehemently questioned if her whole act had been motivated by retaliation against Xander. Alex snorted and pointed out to Theresa how rude she had been when Brady had claimed she was aware of the letter's contents in advance. He wondered if Theresa had always been interested in the money or if she had ever truly cared for him. Theresa made an effort to support her feelings for Alex, but as she was made to acknowledge that she had been collaborating with Constantine, the tide began to turn against her. Theresa begged Maggie to accept that she had not realized the full degree of Constantine's depravity, but Maggie was offended that Theresa had known about Constantine's true nature the entire time. Xander yelled at Theresa for turning their entire life upside down. In response, Alex said that Xander had won out since, at the very least, he had not wed the liar who had duped him. Theresa, distraught, took in all the glares aimed at her and bolted. After everyone had left, Bonnie, Sunny, and Justin gathered around Alex. Justin pledged to assist Alex in obtaining an annulment. Bonnie, in the meantime, informed Alex that the realization had brought only one positive development: Justin was actually Alex's father. It was, Alex agreed with a smile, a very good thing. Sunny also mentioned that Alex was happy to have his brother back. They all gathered for a group hug. Later, at a private moment, Justin reminisced about his kid and felt a surge of happiness that brought back his faith in Victor. Xander confronted his mother across the square, accusing her of lying to him all of his life. Fiona stated that she had remained silent because she didn't want to offend her husband Titus by coming clean. Xander questioned why, in the wake of Titus's death, she hadn't come clean. After Titus's death, Fiona acknowledged she had been consumed by grief and alcohol and had not been able to address the situation. Reminding Fiona that he had also been grieving, Xander would not hear his mother's justifications anymore. Xander demanded that he and Sarah carry out the ceremony after Fiona left. Sarah recommended they get home and reassured Xander that she was fine with their waiting. Xander told her to stay with Maggie and went off on his own for a while. After discussing the events with Maggie alone, Sarah promised that she would support Xander no matter what happened. Leo came up to Andrew and asked him what part Theresa had played in the day's events, but Andrew dismissed him. Later, Leo offered some of the wedding cake that Theresa and Alex had not yet used to an irate Sunny and Paul, helping himself to a large slice. Theresa was in her room preparing a luggage when Andrew arrived. He confronted her about her real reason for assisting Constantine in capturing Victoria. Theresa cried as she implored Andrew to reveal her involvement in the abduction. He expressed his disappointment in his sister while pledging he would not. Paul texted Brady to check in while he was in the bar, but Brady disregarded it. When Ava came downstairs, he was still drinking. Ava joined Brady at the table, complaining that she needed a vacation from DiMera business. After observing Brady drinking, she suggested that he speak with his sponsor. Brady said that he had just left a double wedding where his sponsor, Maggie, was attending. Ava was right to assume that Brady was still in love with Theresa when he revealed that he had departed following Alex and Theresa's vows. Ava shared her own post-breakup struggles with Brady, and the two of them commiserated about their own failed relationships. After a while, Ava stood up to head back to her room, and Brady asked if he might come along. Ava was intrigued, but she declined, pointing out that there might be issues with her supervisor, Kristen. In addition, Ava thought that if Brady and her ended things with each other again, they would later regret it. After Ava departed, Brady understood and went back to drinking. A little while later, Fiona entered the bar and questioned Brady about whether the additional seat and drink were taken. With a smile, Brady asked her to come along. At the park, an emotional Alex sought solace. With hesitation, Stephanie stepped up to him and offered her assistance. With pleasure, he took her reassuring embrace. Xander hurried to the decanter after breaking into the Kiriaki's mansion with force. After pouring himself a glass, he looked at Victor's picture. Xander then raised a toast to father and threw his glass at the picture. Sarah remarked, "Well, she didn't exactly desert you." Xander inquired, "What do you mean?" Sarah revealed to Xander that following a mental breakdown, Fiona had been admitted to a mental health facility. Xander was surprised. Sarah clarified that Fiona had made an effort to sober up, but upon her release, she had been unable to locate Xander. Xander asked, "She looked for me?" Sarah gave a yes nod. And eventually, she learned that Victor had put you to work, so she backed off. "She thought that Victor would look out for you," Sarah explained. Xander countered, "With all the illegal stuff Victor had me doing?" Fiona could not have been aware of the work, according to Sarah. Sarah shrugged, pointing out that Fiona had not wanted the truth to tarnish Xander's love for Titus. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.